Hi, I'm Pete McCall, and welcome to the YouTube edition of the All About Fitness podcast. This episode is going to be a quick fit tip where I go into the specific fitness trends that we can expect to see in 2021. I'm going to talk about how you will be sweating in the coming year. So let's get started. Now, real quick, before I do that, hit subscribe down below so you can stay on top of the latest, greatest content coming from All About Fitness. First of all, 2020 was a year of adaptation, right? I mean, look, we're through it. It's done. Yes, it was arduous. Yes, we had to deal with a tough pandemic. Yes, things were closed down. And if you lost someone close to you, if you lost a family member, please accept my sincere condolences. I know it's not easy. I know a lot of us have been through a lot. I know my income was severely impacted by it. But you know what? If you're listening right now, you made it through. This is what makes us stronger. Remember, exercise is physical stress applied to the body. 2020 was all about stress. It is what makes us stronger. We still have a lot to go through the pandemic, but we are getting through it. The vaccine's coming out, people are getting vaccinated, and it's going to take some time, but you know what? We'll adjust and get to the new normal. Health clubs have been closing, studios have been closing. Hey, what we're going to see, and I firmly believe this, is what we're going to see. This is one of the biggest trends we'll see going forward. What we're going to see is those of us that were fit, those of us that are healthy, those of us that make fitness a priority in our lives, guess what? For the most part, we had a much less severe impact from COVID. Yes, there were some outliers of fit people who unfortunately passed away due to the virus. However, for the majority of people that make their health, fitness, wellness, nutrition a priority, if they got the virus, they survived. They got through it. So I really think that we're going to see in the next year and beyond is we're going to finally see that shift of fitness for aesthetic appearance, right? Because that for years, I mean, yes, we've known about the health benefits of exercise, but still admit it. One of the most popular reasons why people work out is because they like the way it makes them look. But I think going forward, I know going forward is we're going to see a big shift. In the short run, there's been some pain. But you know what? Disruption is not a bad thing. In the long term, I do believe that fitness facilities are going to come back. They're going to look different. We're going to have to act a little bit differently. But also, too, with more people working at home, the fitness center is going to be the place where we hang out. I mean, right? You know, you're friends with the people you see most often, and you're probably at the gym 4, 5, 6 days a week on a regular basis. You're taking classes. So that's one of the biggest trends that we're going to see in 2021 is we're going to start seeing that shift of really learning how to make exercise a priority to manage our health. Not only can it help us look better, not only can it help us manage a healthy body weight, not only can we get some great selfies from it, but long term, we will start using exercise to manage our health. The next trend we're going to see are streaming services. I mean, admit it, right? I mean, when the gyms were first closed down in the spring of 2020, it's like, oh no, what are we going to do? Now, if you're a fitness professional like myself, you probably have equipment at home, not a big deal. But for a lot of people, it's like, I want to work out at home, but what do I do? Streaming services blew up. You have Les Mills On Demand. You have all kinds of companies that are doing that. You have Peloton. Peloton isn't just doing a cycling workout. Peloton now has a treadmill workout. You can do a number of different workouts on Peloton. Barry's Boot Camp has come up with at-home workouts. The fact is, all the companies that were affected, not all, but majority of the fitness companies that were affected by COVID closures adopted by going to streaming services. And look, let's face it, I don't know about you, but I love the fact that I can teach a workout right here from my place. I don't have to get in my car. I don't have to fight traffic. I don't have to look for parking. I can turn on my computer, get my lights set up, boom, boom, and teach a workout. So as a user, I'm sure you're loving the fact that you can be at home, do a yoga class, do a workout, and not have to worry about dealing with going to the gym. There's a benefit from that. There's also a downside because we do miss that interaction. So I really do think that streaming services are here to stay. In 2021, we will see companies double down on it. And just as I'm recording this, Apple has released Fitness Plus. I'm going to have a link down for that below. Check out Apple Fitness Plus. I don't have any significant affiliation with them. They're not a sponsor of the show. I, however, do have a professional relationship with some of the people involved with the Fitness Plus platform, and I really highly recommend it. They have workouts from 10 to 50 minutes, and they got a variety of workouts with killer music. So if you're looking for a great at-home workout program, check out Apple Fitness Plus. But the point is, streaming services are here to stay, 2021 and beyond. The next thing we're going to see is health clubs. The health clubs that are still open are adapting their operations. I know the health club I go to here in the San Diego area, well, I'm actually in Carlsbad of Southern California, they moved most of their equipment outside. In the warm weather states, you have health clubs operating outside. You're going to see more people doing outdoor workouts. I have to tell you, I also do a lot of mountain biking. If you listen to the podcast, you know I talk about that. And the mountain biking trails are more crowded than I've seen them in the past number of years. I'm starting to actually do some volunteer work with the San Diego Mountain Biking Association to kind of help manage to do what I can to help us gain more trail access. I think that's one of the good things about COVID, right? Is okay, yes, gyms are closed, but how many times have you gone out for a walk with your family? How many times have you gone for a hike that you maybe wouldn't have done before? Did you get that old bike out and have it tuned up and so you can start bike riding again? Hey, get outside for your workouts. That's another trend we're going to see in 2021 is see a lot more outdoor workouts. Not just formal ones at the gym that move their operations outside, but the ones in your neighborhood. Get out and enjoy the parks. Get out and enjoy the recreational areas that we have. Use the open space. Now, here's another thing that we'll see in 2021 is fitness equipment. Here's what happened in 2020. COVID hit in China. COVID hit in China right about the same time that everything shuts down for the Chinese New Year holidays. A couple of companies I consult with, that's what happened. Everybody shut down, and China shut down, kind of like how we shut down in the United States for the Christmas holidays. They shut down in China for the New Year's holidays. That was right about the time that COVID really hit in China, in the mainland China. Well, that disrupted the supply chain. So those factories were closed. If fitness equipment was not on a pallet on a boat in early January of 2020, it didn't get here until about May or June because it took that long. The factories in China didn't come back online until April or May. So when COVID hit in the States and everything shut down in March and April, everybody sold out. So one of the things that you're going to see is you're going to see a plethora of new at-home fitness equipment. Yes, you have the streaming services, but you're going to see new companies emerge that are selling at-home products. I mean, it's really kind of cool. Now, the thing is, you might need to know how to use those products, and that's where working with a personal trainer comes in. If you want to learn that, if you want to do some distance personal training, if you want to do some remote personal training, I do have that service available. Pete at PeteMcCallFitness.com. There'll be a link down below. If you want to do some distance personal training, reach out to me and we'll see if we can make it work. So those are some of the things. We have streaming services. We have outdoor workouts. We have at-home workouts and garage gyms. Garage gyms are becoming very big right now. Now, the other thing that we're seeing, as I mentioned earlier, is fitness is going to be a part of the healthcare program. There's going to be a lot more emphasis on using exercise and fitness to push forward health promoting benefits. The next trend we're going to see is actually you're doing the trend right now. I'm recording this both for my podcast and my All About Fitness podcast YouTube channel. What we're seeing, there's going to be a big shift, right? Not only has COVID caused the fitness industry to shut down, but the traditional way that personal trainers worked with clients was in a physical facility. A personal trainer would go work for a health club or go work for a studio company, and that's where they would provide their services. But now, thanks to social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, a good trainer doesn't need a physical location anymore. A good trainer can train anybody anywhere in the world at almost any time. They can market themselves through these platforms. You go to Pete McCall_fitness, Pete McCall_fitness on Instagram to kind of see what I'm doing and see the type of workouts that you should be doing. You can follow me here on YouTube. But what we're going to see is this major shift, this major disruption. No longer will you go to a gym or a studio to be trained by a personal trainer. You'll be able to do that via the video conferencing apps, via Zoom, via FaceTime. So that is going to be a major change that we're going to see. We're going to see how the industry changes because I guarantee you a lot less trainers are going to be working in actual physical facilities. More and more personal trainers will be doing online training, online coaching because A, they can make more money, and B, they can reach more people without having to go through the hassle of going to a location. So that's going to be a major disruption that we're going to see 2021 and beyond. The next thing we're going to see is high-intensity interval training. That is going to remain popular. High-intensity interval training, HIIT training, allows you to burn more calories. Now, here are the benefits for it. It also helps you build more muscles. That high-intensity training creates an anabolic process. Muscles will store more glycogen. That's one of the ways that muscles get bigger, is when you do HIIT training, you deplete muscle glycogen, your muscles compensate by storing more glycogen. Another thing that happens when you do HIIT training, your body produces more growth hormone, more testosterone. These are the hormones that help muscles repair themselves after a workout. So we're going to continue seeing HIIT being very popular, but there's going to be a shift. HIIT's going to be adapted more towards an aging population as well. The baby boomer population is huge. In my new book, Ageless Intensity, I go through the science of HIIT training and how it can slow down the aging process. And that's one thing, right? For people, if you're over the age of 50 and you're listening to this right now, you've probably been exercising for a strong majority of your adult life. And this is very important, so I want you to listen carefully. This is the first time in human history that we've had this many older adults being this fit. When I got into the fitness industry more than 20 years ago, if you're in your 60s and 70s, not many 60s and 70-year-olds worked out that much. If they did, it was lower intensity stuff. It was walking, it was water aerobics. And they're moving, but they weren't really training hard. Now, if you're in your 50s or 60s now, or maybe your early 70s, and you started working out when exercise became popular back in the 1970s, you've been exercising throughout your lifespan. You want to work hard. You want to do the high intensity training. You just want it modified to your abilities right now. And that's the thing. As we get older, we should be doing HIIT training at least twice a week, no more than 3 times a week. But if you're in your 60s or 70s, you should be doing the 5 to 10 minutes of HIIT training at least 2 or 3 times a week. And that's what Ageless Intensity goes through. It goes through that science. You should be doing high intensity strength training. You should be doing explosive power training. Why? Because it helps your muscles function better. It helps your brain function better. So as we get older, yes, we need to adjust our workout programs a little bit. And I teach you how to do that in my content. I teach you how to set up a weekly schedule that gets everything you need between mobility training, strength training, metabolic conditioning. Keep coming back because I will teach you how to do that stuff. But that's the other benefit. The other big thing we're going to see is HIIT is going to remain popular. Now, another thing that we're going to see is this has been a big trend. And just to let you know, I can kind of spot these trends sometimes before they happen. I bought my first kettlebell in 2003. I knew that kettlebell training would be popular. I knew that explosive training would be popular because of the benefits on the body. Back in 2011, I started teaching a workshop for other fitness professionals called Recovery, the Forgotten Training Variable. That's because in the late 2000s, as CrossFit became more popular, I saw that a lot of people in the gyms were beating the heck out of themselves. And again, high intensity training is good, but too much of it, like anything else in the world, too much of it, not good. So we need to learn, if you're going to be doing high intensity training, you need to understand the recovery, the opposite side of the coin. And those are still going to be very popular in 2021. We have the percussion guns, like the Hyperice, the Hypervolt, all those little trigger guns. It's like a nail gun for your muscle tissue. That's like giving you it's called myofascial release. That's manipulating the nerve endings in your muscle tissue to allow them to lengthen and relax. You have foam rollers, do the same thing. You have sleep. We're understanding the benefits of sleep. I interviewed the founders of Sleep 8. Sleep 8 is a smart bed that adjusts its temperature to your body temperature so you get better sleep. The bed measures your heart rate variability throughout the night. That's Sleep 8. And there's a code that can save you 10%. If you look down below in the notes, there'll be a code that can save you 10% on the purchase of a Sleep 8 mattress. Hey, they're not cheap, but getting better sleep can help you slow down the effects of the aging process. So 2021, we're going to see a continued emphasis on recovery, foam rolling, percussion guns, sleep strategies. There are sheets that you can use on your bed. There are infrared saunas. There's cryotherapy. All these things can help your muscles recover quicker. Compression clothing. They can all help your muscles recover quicker, and they can also help slow down aging. Next thing we have is meditation. And this has been, I have to tell you, lifting a couple hundred pounds, I can lift a couple hundred pounds a couple different ways. And not a big deal. Sitting quietly for a few minutes and meditating, that becomes the challenge. And that meditation, because of everything that we've been through, right? I mean, meditation, that's the thing. You listen to high-performing athletes. You listen to high-performing executives. One thing they have in common is their ability to meditate. They meditate on a regular basis. I wrote an article on meditation a couple years ago about the health benefits of meditation, and I'll have a link to that down below in the notes. But here's the thing. Special operations teams like the Navy SEALs are using meditation because they find it helps develop more cohesive and more unity out in the field. High intensity exercise is good. That's the go button. That's the sympathetic nervous system. The opposite of that is your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest nervous system. And that's what meditation helps. Plus, it just helps calm your brain down. It can really help you just enhance your overall quality of life. Hey, the final trend we're going to see, I kind of mentioned it earlier with the outdoor stuff. Final trend we're going to see is more family time, right? I mean, I have to tell you, as gnarly as this year has been, the absolute blessing is the last couple of years I've traveled between 12 and 15 weeks a year. I've logged more than 100,000 miles in airplanes. I've spent gosh knows how many nights in hotel rooms. The best thing about COVID is I've been here every day to be around my kids. Partly because they haven't been in school and their mother's considered essential personnel, but that's a whole thing. The fact is, this has given me more quality family time. And you know what? I can always be busy. Life will get busier again. I will start traveling again. You'll start traveling again. But right now, take the time to develop those habits as a family. Get outside and be active with your family. I had my good friend Shauna Verstegen a couple episodes ago talk about how her whole family trained for her fitness competition. So that's another trend we're going to see. So to recap, this has been a little bit longer than a normal quick fit tip, but I wanted to go through some of the fitness trends that we're going to see in 2021. Number one, exercise and fitness are going to become more mainstream in terms of part of our overall medical care. You will start seeing more of an emphasis on that from your doctors about what are you doing for your health and fitness. Number two, more outdoor workouts, both in a club and a facility, moving their operations outdoors, and getting out and using local resources like trails, like parks. We're going to see a lot more people doing that. Streaming services. People are doing a lot more at-home streaming workouts. You have companies that have popped up like Homeroom Fit, Apple Fitness Plus. And just so you know, Apple is planning on releasing that a long time ago. Fitness Plus has been in the works for a long time. They just happened to be, they were going to bring it to market in 2020 anyway. And this happened to be a big year for that. And I really do think, well, I know that fitness clubs are going to have both live options and streaming options if they want to be able to retain their members. Because a fitness club, a health club, is not going to want to lose membership to Peloton or to Apple Fitness Plus. So they have to come up with a way that you can do live in classes if you want to go to the studio and be around other people, or you can log in and be able to do the same workout at home. So you're going to see a lot more streaming workouts. Garage gyms are going to be big. They've already become big, but you're going to see more equipment. And here's the thing. If you are going to do a garage gym, buy commercial equipment. Look for commercial grade equipment. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's built to last. Some of the stuff that they sell in sporting goods stores, I'm sorry, they sell it in sporting goods stores and Amazon, it's made for consumers. It just is not, you want the stuff to last. It's a little bit more expensive, but if you buy a refurbished treadmill, if you buy a refurbished indoor cycling bike, you can go online and do a couple searches, and you will see that you have some resources for that. You know, another thing we're going to see, another trend, more personal trainers doing social media. A lot more connection, a lot more fitness being delivered online. Not only in the streaming services, but one-on-one personal training. If you want to contact me for one-on-one personal training, pete@PeteMcCallFitness.com. I'd be more than happy to have that conversation and see if there's any way I can help you out. High-intensity interval training HIIT is going to continue being popular. However, it's going to be more geared towards an older population because HIIT, as the science is showing, HIIT can help slow down the aging process. And wait till Ageless Intensity, my next book, comes out, and you will go deep into the science of understanding that. The next trend, recovery. Recovery strategy is going to be huge in 2021. After that, we have meditation. Meditation is a part of recovery, but I made it separate because meditation is like strength training for your brain. If you want to make your legs stronger, you deadlift or squat. You want to make your upper body stronger, you shoulder press or you bench press. You want to make your brain stronger, meditate. Check down below. I have an article about the benefits of that so you can understand a little bit more about that. And finally, fitness is becoming a family affair. If you're not already doing it, you should be looking to do it. How can you integrate fitness more into your lifestyle? Not just for you, but for your kids as well. So there you go. Like I said, a little bit longer than my normal quick fit tip, but what I wanted to do was walk through the changes that we're going to see in 2021 so you can be ready for that. If you like this content, for those of you on YouTube, hit subscribe down below. Hey, on the podcast, you can hit subscribe as well. Follow me on my Instagram, Pete McCall _ fitness. That's Pete McCall _ fitness on Instagram. And if you want to get free workout, if you want to get a free chapter from my book, Smarter Workouts, go to my website, PeteMcCallFitness.com. That's PeteMcCallFitness.com. You go to my website, sign up for my mailing list. I'll send you a chapter from Smarter Workouts. I'll send you a bodyweight workout, and you'll be eligible to get a lot more great content from me. So hey, as always, thank you for stopping by, and I will certainly look forward to having you join me for future episodes of All About Fitness, both on the podcast and the All About Fitness podcast YouTube channel.